Well, thanks everyone for continuing it with us today on our manufacturing virtual event, Inside Manufacturing with BAMA and our local manufacturers. So again, today is Manufacturing Day and October is Manufacturing Month. So we're so excited that you're joining us today to learn a little bit more about this fascinating industry. If you're a new class that is just joining for this next session coming up, please don't forget, put the name of your school in the chat, how many students, what particular class and grade level. We'd love to hear from you. Always keep your questions coming. You can either come off mute and ask the question directly, or you can just put your question directly in the chat box, and we will make sure that your question is answered. Again, I'm Beth Gallick, the Executive Director of the Bay Area Manufacturers Association. We are just going to be wrapping up after this next presenter. So we have one more company that is joining us today, and I'm sure you're familiar with their products. If you've ever been in a Panera bread, for instance, if you go to the drink section, you will see some flavorings that you can add to your drinks, your iced tea, from Monin. So they are a local company here in Clearwater, Florida. Initially, they came all the way from France, but they are, I believe, headquartered here in Clearwater. And I would like to welcome their HR, and I hope I get your title correct. I know you're an HR director, and I have Angela, and I believe Megan is with us as well. So welcome, ladies, and if you'd like to tell us a little bit about your role at the company and what your company does.
Hi there, I'll start and then I'll pass it over to Angela because she can talk a little bit more about what we do. My name is Megan Myers, HR with Monin Americas. And Beth, you're right, we're the headquarters for the North America, South America, and the Caribbean. And we manufacture all the syrup in those locations. I'm in HR and love when people get into manufacturing and learning more about all of the technology and being able to help facilitate that learning.
Happy Manufacturing Day. My name is Angela Reamer, and I'm the Vice President of Manufacturing here in the Clearwater facility. I've been in manufacturing since 2005, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, we have 2 production lines, and we make syrups, purees, concentrated flavors, all the fun stuff that you get to see in restaurants and coffee shops around the world.
So thank you for the introduction, ladies. And let's talk a little bit about, when you started thinking about your career. Was manufacturing on your mind when you were first getting into your career, and what led you to manufacturing?
I'll go first. So I did not know what I wanted to do when I was in high school. And even into the first year of college, I actually switched into engineering. I heard the last speaker talk about engineering. So I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. Manufacturing wasn't there, so I certainly did not think of myself working in manufacturing. But I also didn't know all of the great career paths that were available in manufacturing and all of the different things that you could do. So when I switched into engineering, my internships were in manufacturing, and I just fell in love with it. I'm very visual. I like seeing how manufacturing, you get to, when you make an improvement, or how you're doing by visualization, and sometimes that's hard in some other careers, but I really like that aspect. I liked that I wouldn't be sitting at a desk all day. I'm rarely actually at my desk. So I like going and seeing and talking to people and solving problems. And there's just so much of that really drew me to manufacturing.
And do you have a staff that you are responsible for overseeing, and how many are in that staff?
Yes. So in Clearwater Manufacturing, I have 61 direct and non-direct reports. So I'm responsible for the 3 shifts of production, the processing or the syrup team, engineering and maintenance, and safety.
And are you responsible for the scheduling of those employees?
Yes, they're on their shifts in the schedule. So it's pretty much set already based on what their shifts are.
Okay. And as far as, your career path, what did your career path look like, getting into being, the manager or director of engineering? And what is your skill set? So, we can see that your skill set isn't strictly just in manufacturing, but you've got to have additional skill sets to do what you do.
Okay. So the first piece is, like I said, getting into internships. I strongly recommend internships to get to learn what you like and you don't like about manufacturing or another potential career. So I started out as a production supervisor at Anheuser-Busch, so leading the chips and finishing department. And then I went to Unilever and I was a production supervisor there, but then also was a continuous improvement supervisor. I was promoted to the TPM maintenance manager in Clearwater. So I love Florida and stayed here ever since. Um, and then the regional manufacturing excellence manager. So that was implementing TPM and world-class manufacturing, so continuous improvement methodologies across several facilities in North America. And then I transferred to Refresco, where I was a regional maintenance manager. And then I really wanted to learn more about the quality side. So I became the plant quality manager and then regional quality manager. And then I joined Monin about 4 years ago, and it really brings it all together. I get to do everything that I had done before. I really love learning. One of our Monin secret ingredients is being a lifelong learner, and I really embrace that and like to learn. And there's in manufacturing, there's something to learn and grow every single day. From other skills, I mean, certainly the problem solving is good, and the manufacturer engineering knowledge is good. But what really makes manufacturing tick is the people, and people are the most important thing in manufacturing. So really having good management skills and understanding and that people side is very, very important.
Thank you so much. And before we get into Megan, talking a little bit more about your skill set and your career path, we do have a question that came in from Eastlake High School. What is Monin's net worth? Do you ladies know?
Yeah, I can speak to that a little. We are a privately held company, so we share a lot of that. But one thing we can say is since I've been here, and also definitely since Angela's been here, we've had year over year double-digit growth. So this year, our target, we do our metrics, our goals in how many bottles we sell per year. So this year, our goal is selling 45 million bottles, and we're well on our way. So we think we're going to be able to meet that with no problem.
That is fantastic. And Megan, tell us a little bit more about, about why you got into manufacturing, or how you ended up here, and a little bit more about your skill set.
Sure. So I had no idea. Obviously, I knew manufacturing existed, but I didn't know it existed here in this area until I met my husband. I went to school for fine arts, and but I also have an interest in analytics and things like that. So when my husband got me into manufacturing because he was in manufacturing, and it opened my eyes to a whole new world. And I love it because in my role in particular, it combines a little bit of the creative side, which I went to school for, along with the number side and analytics. So I lucked into a perfect role and hopefully can stay here, right?
Perfect, perfect. And, you know, Monin has a very unique culture. Can you go into a little bit about the culture and the benefits for employees working at your company?
Sure. So we all work really hard on our culture. It's every person involved in making Monin a great place to work. And one of the ways that I look at it is the framework for that great culture is our strong mission and values. Pretty much everybody at the company has a strong belief in our mission and values, and they speak to doing the right thing for the customer, safety, quality, employee development. We want to do the right thing for, you know, socially and environmentally. So we really believe in that. And if there's ever a question about which way to go, we really look at that framework as a decision guide. So that is why I think what makes Monin so great, because we all really believe in that and we care about one another. But some of the fun things that we have a lot of, you know, we try to pay fairly, of course, which is important to people. We believe in time off when people need it. So I know that's kind of a difficult thing nowadays, but we have paid time off for employees. And then a lot of fun events. So coming up in 2 weeks, we have a Halloween. It's not a competition anymore, but a Halloween event where people really go all out making great Halloween hallways. And it's just kind of those fun things that make people want to come back. We also, you know, really want to hear the ideas of each and every employee. So when Angela, I think, spoke to continuous improvement earlier, but we listen to the ideas and feedback of every employee. And I think that's what really makes people want to stay here as well, because everybody feels like an important part of the company.
That's extremely
To
important.
add to that, Angela?
Yeah, I think those are all very good points. We also do a lot of things that really outside of work together. So we go to like baseball games together and holiday parties, and you know that really Monin really sees people as people. It's not, you know, a number. You really have a lot of value, and every person is important and feels important. We're all part of one big team.
And we have some questions that just came in from Eastlake. What type of engineers are you looking to hire?
So we currently have 4 engineers on staff, and they're controls and automation engineers. So they do a lot of electronics programming, a lot of optimization for our equipment. You know, manufacturing systems engineers are great. Obviously, industrial engineers bring a lot of value. You know, when I went into engineering, one of the things that the advisor told me is that companies really like how engineers think and that problem solving piece of it. And so almost any type of engineering, you can provide a lot of value to a company with how you can problem solve and how you can look at situations. So those are the engineer roles that we have as a controls and automation engineer. But like I said, I'm an engineer and I'm definitely not doing controls and automation. So you don't have to do specific engineering titles to be able to do engineering.
We also have in this facility and in our Sparks facility electrical engineers, but doing different roles. So.
And do you host internships?
We do host internships. I think I saw that, and then a follow-up question about the age. We do have an age of minimum of 18 years old to work at Monin, but we do have internships depending on the need. We've had them in all different areas in manufacturing, maintenance, environmental. We've had them in marketing, and we have a culinary innovation as well. So,
and that's very interesting, your culinary innovation. That's always fascinating to me. I think the best part is coming up with those recipes and unique titles that they hold. Can you talk a little bit about those roles and what they do?
Sure. So I think I mentioned earlier, our values are really important to us, and we want to be the, resource for our customer. So a lot of our customers will come in, let's say, Beth, what's your favorite restaurant? Or what are your favorite?
The Outback Steakhouse.
All right. All right. Perfect example, because that is one of our customers. So if they were to come to us and say, we want to, have some great holiday trends for the upcoming season. They would provide what they're looking for to us, and our innovation team would help them come up with menu items. A lot of the times they use our products, but other times they use products that the restaurant is currently using. And so they'll come up, they spend a lot of time researching trends and what's popular and what may be up and coming. And so they do that component of research, but they also are pros at combining different flavors. And so that is a big help to our customers to have that solution, for them, presented to them.
And that's so interesting. And the funny thing is about the Outback, and how things are all connected, that they're one of your customers. Another one of our manufacturers, Tampa Brass, create the weights that go on the steaks for the Outback Steakhouse.
Oh.
And they have the name, the Outback on all the weights. So it's so interesting how, restaurants are using local manufacturers for what they need in the restaurant, and how everything is connected.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And so we have another question on how much an entry-level position, how much they would make in an entry-level position.
Sure. So it varies on the different departments, but in general, it's ballpark right around $18 an hour right now for entry level.
And with an entry-level position, what would that look like? What would they be doing?
We have warehousing positions. So it could be picking and packing orders, driving a forklift to fulfill orders. Angela, do you want to speak to the manufacturing entry-level positions?
Sure. So in manufacturing, it could be running equipment. It could be making the syrup themselves. So really bringing all the ingredients together. And that is very technical and requires a lot of planning. So really being able to work with the computers and the PLCs and follow the recipes. And then run the lines and cleaning processes as well. For running the equipment, it could be running the filler to the labeler to case packing to running the palletizers. So any of the machine operator positions.
Okay, that's great to know. And how many employees do you have at your Clearwater facility total?
Combining all different functions, so manufacturing, and this also includes our Largo warehouse. We kind of all include them together. It's about 215, and that's also corporate positions as well.
Okay, that's a very good size.
Yeah. Our company in the Americas is I just had this for 344 total for our Sparks facility in Pennsylvania as well.
Okay. And when you're looking, to hire, what are some qualities that you look for in potential hires?
I always look for positive or attitude is important. The learning, the yearning to learn and grow, flexibility, also of course attention to detail. For me, I always look at the soft skills, not just the ability to do the job, but how people interact with one another is important. That ebb and flow and being able to communicate well with others is important. Those are things. Attendance, which believe it or not, is important.
Very important.
Yes.
You gotta be there.
You gotta show up, right? But we
First
do allow for time off, but
first step, yes. So it's that work-life balance, but work is of course a big part of it. But you can make it fun as well. And I know with your facility in particular, there were some challenges you were facing, in the past with getting enough products produced, and you developed some strategies and did some redesign of your facility to accommodate that. Can you talk a little bit about how you did that and how that's improved your output?
So
they cannot hear you.
I will speak to that. So yeah, we're a growing company, as Megan said, and that's a very fun challenge. To how are we going to continue to produce? And so we've done several things around automation of the equipment and that continuous problem solving. So utilizing the ideas of the operators and the mechanics to make the job easier, which also is making it more efficient on the line. We're able to produce more bottles. We've done a lot of work in the sustainability place that has also yielded more bottles. So we really focus on less wasted syrup and more syrup in the bottles. And we did add a third shift. So we are focusing on fully utilizing the whole plant as it is, and really increasing our capacity utilization.
And a fun question is, what's your most popular flavor?
not a fun answer. Vanilla.
The basic.
It's our highest seller.
And so what would they typically use the vanilla flavoring in?
I think the most common is probably coffee, lattes, any kind of coffee drink. But Angela, you might have a little more insight into that.
I don't. I mean, I would assume coffee as well.
And we'd like to welcome Stewart Middle School. If you're just joining us new, please list in the chat how many students are with you today, and if it's a particular engineering class or what class are joining us. And if you have any questions, feel free to come off of mute and ask questions to the ladies from Monin, located right here in Clearwater. We'd love to welcome any questions you have, or you can type your question in the chat. We will also address it from the chat. So we're going to be wrapping up in just a little while, but we wanted to talk to the ladies a little bit longer about, what the future looks like in manufacturing and the future of Monin. So, as far as technology, it's a really exciting time for emerging technologies. Do you see anything that you're going to be utilizing in the future? Any technologies, and or how is Monin maybe going to be adapting some of these new technologies?
That's an excellent question. I think it's a really fun time to be in manufacturing and seeing all of these emerging technologies. One of the ones that we will be utilizing here in just a couple of months is going to be robotics for the first time for us. If you see, we have little tiny sample bottles that you can buy online. And right now it's very antiquated. A lot of hand packing, hand palletizing, hand boxing, and that business has really grown. And so we will be moving that line to our Sparks, Nevada facility, and it'll be using robotics to depalletize and palletize the little bottles. So really, that'll be really fun and interesting experience for us. Utilizing other smart technologies, so machine learning. We're starting to implement barcode scanning and vision systems for our labelers. And actually with the neck label scanning, it's going to use deep learning, which will be very interesting to see how that works. So we're really seeing a lot of machine learning, AI, deep learning with the technology. So that's really where a lot of the technology is going. So not just sensors telling it, but really utilize the machine learning that information. And one of the technologies that we don't have in our plans yet, but I do see happening more in the future are digital twins of machinery. So you could have a digital twin of your case packer as an example, to be able to help you predict when failures would occur or needs of the machine before it causes an issue like a quality defect or a breakdown.
And we have a question. What exactly are you planning on utilizing AI?
What was the question?
What exactly are you planning on using AI?
We are just really starting to think about this space. So we are sharpening the saw, if you will, and learning more about it. We have a team going to the Smart Manufacturing Summit next year. But really that deep learning is what we're using at first. And then also for maintenance activities. One of the challenges that we've seen is there's a lot of technology out there, but integrating it and having it to be usable data for the plant is something that's been a challenge. So far out in the market, it's very pieces of AI, pieces of solutions, and not really an integrated solution. So we're really making sure that if we implement something and we make that investment, that it's going to be something that can be integrated and very useful for the team. So we're very much in an investigation phase and using our curiosity to find what solutions will work best for us. But like I said, deep learning with labels is the first step.
Very interesting. So you have to keep us posted on how that's going. We'd love to hear about it and learn, maybe next year, what that's looked like over the past year. We also had a question. Who can you share what client purchases the most Monin products?
So I think I can speak to this a little bit. One reason that we've done pretty well so far is our clients are very diversified. So it's not all of our eggs in one basket, but a lot of the top 200 restaurants, a big chunk of them do buy product from us. But no one client is so big that if they were to ship to another vendor, that we would have a hard time. So I know Beth mentioned Outback before, so Bloomin' Brands is a big customer, as well as like Chili's. Many of the main restaurant chains are big customers of ours, as well as internet. You can purchase Monin on Amazon and a lot of the big distributors, so restaurants purchase from places like Cisco or Gordon Food Service. You see those trucks going by probably all the time. And a lot of restaurants purchase directly from there. So they are also large customers of ours. I hope that helped.
Yes, absolutely. So go on Amazon, purchase some Monin. I was down in Clearwater a couple days ago for the Manufacturing Day proclamation. So the city of Clearwater has declared October as Manufacturing Month, and Monin did accept the proclamation on behalf of the local manufacturers. Do you have it there?
Yes, I have it right here.
Very exciting.
My desk, right.
Wonderful. Yay. So that is the proclamation. So we're official, folks. And funny enough is that I was going to the proclamation. I was stopped at a red light and a big Monin truck passed right in front of me. Was Mango was on the truck. So so it was just kind of a funny coincidence that happened. But if you haven't gotten a chance to try some of their products, they are amazing, and there's such a wide variety of products. One of my favorite was Violet, I think it was. You know, so it was just such a unique flavor. So really, they have a little bit of everything, and they're a local manufacturer. So please support our local companies. Megan, if there is, how would you, if a student is interested in an internship or a job, how would they go about applying?
I would recommend, well, we don't necessarily post our internships on our site, but we do post any open positions on our website, and that's monin.com. There's a careers page there that shows all of our open positions. If you ever have an interest in an internship and you're over 18, then feel free to reach out to hr@monin.com. You can just submit your resume there and you know what you're looking to do, and we'd be happy to have a conversation with you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Angela, for joining us, and all of the schools that have been part of this event today. We've been online since 7:30 this morning, talking to local manufacturers on Manufacturing Day for this Manufacturing Month. So we appreciate everyone's engagement with us today. The videos links are still active. So if you want to go back and rewatch a video, or if you haven't gotten a chance, please do so. But again, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to Flate for being part of this and assisting me today. Everyone have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend, and a happy Manufacturing Month. Thank you all.
Thank you.